So Ash, there was a very big statement coming from Mr. Alabar that he doesn't see a cool down in the real estate market. What's your view on it?
So I think it just is continuation of what we just discussed, that fundamentally nothing has changed. What he's basically just discounting that some people will have a knee-jerk reaction. We don't need to react on that. And we will just continue doing what we continue doing the best. And so I thoroughly agree with him. Since I operate on a micro level, I do see that there will be some knee-jerk, and I'm also preparing how that knee-jerk can benefit some of the investors that were waiting. And they are, I got a call today while I was coming for this podcast, and they asked me very straight and simple, Ash, what do you think we should do? I said, please just tell me what is the investable amount that you want to, kind of start this opportunity with. And we will find the best options, because this is the time when some of the investable options will really show up, which normally don't. Yeah. So I'm looking surgically onto those opportunities, but as a general market, those opportunities will not spread across the market. This is not a market-wide situation. This is an individual-based situation. Some individuals might just want to take a hit and go, and some will come in. Before somebody come in, people will deploy their capital who are here, and then some will. We always restart the market with the people who believe in it.
I absolutely agree with that, Ash, because there could be some businesses which might be suffering because of this situation, and they would want to liquidate a few assets for quick cash. So generally, I get this question a lot. Of course, there are a lot of videos going viral on Instagram as well that has the market fallen, has the market fallen. I want to make one thing very clear. Yes, there could be a knee-jerk reaction, as you mentioned. There could be some deals on the table. How capable are you of concluding those transactions? Because these won't be transactions that allow you a 60-day MOU or a bank finance mortgage. People would want to sell something at a lower price because they want cash on the table today. They want that money to be released today. So for a larger audience, these deals, they're always in the market. It does not require a war or like situation to have these deals. These deals silently come. They get closed within a very close group. And these deals don't stretch for more than a week. You talk about it today, you pay the guy within a week, he gets his money. He makes more money onto his business by deploying that cash. So, which is a very regular thing that I have seen. So people who are waiting for the market to correct to buy their next house also need to kind of consider, are they planning to buy this house with mortgage? Correct. Or is it a cash purchase, right? Because when the market gets corrected, the banks are also not easy. The valuations are not easy. So there are many factors that you need to consider. So for all the people who are praying for the market to correct, especially the first-time buyers, should actually pray that the market should not correct, because it's not just the real estate which gets corrected. The banking gets corrected. Mortgages get equally difficult. Banks are very strict. Your valuation gets reduced to a certain value, and you need to buy more. You need actually more cash to be able to buy a house. You remember the times when banks were only giving about 60% funding. So you required 40% of down payment of the property at a certain valuation, plus your broker commission, plus your transfer fees, your trustee fees. So it was not easy for everybody to buy. It's never an easy purchase when the market is difficult. So let's hope that the market kind of keeps growing at the pace at which it is. So the banks are still funding 80% of your property price.
So Sunny, I'm always worried for the end user, because they inevitably, when they leave the decision on themselves, they inevitably make wrong decisions. So they should actually trust somebody like you to help them through these times, because this is something an expert can do. Regarding those people, the one simple answer to ask for themselves is their rents stopping?
Interesting. Yeah.
If their rent is not stopping, if they're losing 1 year rent every year for the next 5 years, and if that enables them to own a house, 50% of it, which they would have otherwise paid in 10, 12 years, there is a no-brainer on that. At what value can they get in? Can they take advantage of any knee-jerk here? That will purely depend on if they rely on somebody like you to help them and hold their hand through a special deal. Because if they judge it for themselves, if they will try to find this deal themselves, they are not going to be able to. And they might jump in, they might not be able to jump in and leave those options out And then it'll be very difficult for them, because then they would have missed the bus not once, but twice.